Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the tax benefits of having a baby. It's that time of year again where taxes are coming up. And we just had a baby last December, so I thought I'd talk about what the tax benefits are when you have a baby. And one of the nice things about these tax credits, even if you have a baby in the end of December on the last day of the year, you can still qualify for most of these tax benefits. And for me, going through these tax benefits, I realized that having a baby actually made us money in the year of 2020. From the standpoint of the taxes, the tax benefits are more than we had to pay out of pocket for all the doctor's expenses. And every year going forward, until she's 17, we're going to have a lot of these benefits that will help offset some of the costs of raising a child. And unless you've done some research, you may not know about some of the tax benefits of having a child. So that's exactly what I'm going to break down in this video for you today. And in case you're not really familiar with how taxes works, there are tax deductions and then there are tax credits. And most of the tax benefits are tax credits and not tax deductions. The difference between the two is a tax deduction reduces your taxable income by that amount. However, a tax credit is a dollar for dollar return, meaning that it doesn't just reduce your taxable income, you get that entire amount directly back. So for example, if you had a $2,000 tax deduction and you were in the 25% tax bracket, that would save you $500 on your taxes. However, if you have a $2,000 tax credit, that will save you $2,000 on your taxes. So that's the basics of what the difference between a tax credit and a tax deduction is. So let's get on into the video. The first is the $2,000 tax credit. This is probably the most known tax advantage of having a child, and it is also one of the easiest to take. This tax credit is available to anyone with a child under the age of 17. And it doesn't matter what your expenses are, this is a flat $2,000 for everyone. One thing to keep in mind is $1,400 of the $2,000 tax credit is refundable, meaning if you didn't have a full $2,000 tax liability for the year, then the IRS would send you a check for up to $1,400. Let's say your tax liability was $1,000, meaning you paid $1,000 in taxes for the year 2020. That means the IRS would send you a check for the $1,000 you paid in, as well as $1,000 that you never paid in taxes. At the time of recording this video, the Biden administration is actually looking to increase this to $3,600 for kids under 6 years old and to $3,000 for kids aged 7 to 17. And now the second tax benefit is you can claim another dependent on your W-4 at work, meaning less taxes will be taken out of your paycheck every single month. If you're in the 25% tax bracket, that could mean you could be getting an extra $75 approximately each month. And that adds up to almost $1,000 a year in tax savings on top of the other tax credit. You just have to make sure to file a new W-4 with your employer as soon as you have a child. And the third tax benefit is the increased cap limit on the earned income credit. When you don't have a child and you're a joint filer, the earned income tax credit limit is $21,710 for 2020. However, when you have your first child, that limit jumps to $47,646 for joint filers. And when you have 3 or more children, that limit will jump to $56,884. And then moving on to the next tax benefit, it may affect your filing status. If you're already married and you filed jointly already, then it won't affect your filing status as you'll still file as married filing jointly. However, if you're a single parent and you currently file your taxes as single, then now you'll be able to file as head of household. And this will help put you in a lower tax bracket. Now moving back on to the tax credits, the child care credit. If you have to pay for childcare in order to go back to work, then you can get a tax credit of $600 to $1,050 for one child under the age of 13. Or if you have 2 or more children, then you can claim up to $1,200 to $2,100 in credits. And this will vary depending on how much you spend on childcare. And this has an income limit of $400,000 for joint filers or $200,000 for single. Another tax advantage is a child care reimbursement account. Many employers will offer this account at your job, and this is usually called a flex plan. This allows you to divert up to $5,000 of your income from your job into this account completely tax-free. No Social Security taken out, no Medicare tax taken out, no federal or state tax taken out. So this $5,000 is completely tax-free that you can use for childcare related expenses. One thing to keep in mind is you cannot use this benefit along with the childcare credit. It's one or the other, no double dipping.
Dip, 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 dip.
And now moving on to the adoption credit. If your income is less than $254,520, then you can get a tax credit of up to $14,300. Now this amount is usually how much you spent up to that amount. However, if you adopted a special needs child, you can claim this entire $14,300 even if your expenses didn't add up to that. Now moving on to the last tax benefit of having a child, you can open a 529, which is just a college savings fund for your child. You can put up to $500 tax-free every single month into this account. There are several states that will even let you write this off as a deduction on your taxes. So that will even help lower your state tax bill. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are all of the major tax benefits of having a child in 2020.